Greetings to all the plant mamas and plant papas out there. Hope everybody's bringing home them roots, bringing home them plants. Welcome back. Thank you guys for subscribing. If you're new here, my name is Mickey and welcome to Wicked Natty Roots, a channel where we bring you some of the beauty that nature does have to offer. And today is Groundhog Day, and hopefully Groundhog woke up around grow lights or something and saw the monstera leaf shadow, because Groundhog definitely didn't see the sun outside because as expected during the winter time, less daylight, and you know how it goes. But we got to push through this longest month of February and just keep taking care of our plants. And without further ado, it is that time of the month. I didn't do a favorites video for January, but gonna make it up in February. And first up, meet Manila. Manila is an Aschenanthus lipstick plant, and it's a low maintenance plant if you ask me. With over 200 plants, you kind of find out what's a low maintenance plant and what's not. What I love about Manila right now is the roundish succulent leaves, really cool, and lipstick plants tend to trail, and just loves life right now. Even check out the blooms that it got going. A lot of times when I get a plant, I do get it for its flowering abilities, and check that out right there. I'll give you guys a close-up of these clusters, and if it's any example of why they do call it a lipstick plant, this is perfect right here. Look at, hey, what's up? Check that out. It's like a big open mouth just with the teeth and the yellow inside. The cluster is so cool. And check that out. This one's like, hey, what happened to Plantarina? Come back! Plantarina, come back! And shout out to the YouTube plant community. Can't speak highly enough of everybody out there doing their thing. This see that lipstick resemblance here right there. This one, this flower fell off as I was practicing the whole, hold on, kind of gotta focus. I know there's an art to displaying these plants, and just, there you go. Hey guys, thank you for subscribing. And I just think that's one of the coolest flowers I have ever seen. And I waited a little while. I did notice Manila was blooming, and I waited for the blooms to come out a little bit more to make this video. And that's what you can get when you go out and get a Aschenanthus lipstick plant. You can expect it to bloom. And on this side, it's got another tubular cluster of lipsticks, and little screaming mouths are gonna be coming out of there, and also right there. And this guy, this plant I let dry pretty much all the way, not for too long. I'm getting better at watering when the time is right, and I've been getting more and more success in realizing that plants need water. We need water. Plants need water. So I give them what they want, and at the time that they do need it, and you get a nice flowering plant, nice happy plant right there. So that's one of my favorites for the month of February. And let me go get the next plant. I'll be right back. All right, so next up, you guys gonna meet a duo here of another February favorites. You're gonna meet Bob here, that was grown from a seed, and I'll put the Etsy shop on where I got the seed and grew this one. The reason it's named Bob, around February 9th, 2 years ago, it sprouted its first leaf. It arose from the soil, and February 9th is Bob's birthday, Bob Marley's birthday, and I thought it was pretty fitting. And then another Monstera deliciosa the Whalers. So Bob and the Whalers, and both Monstera Deliciosas, and they are monsters. They took the word Monstera, monster, and put an A at the end, and that's how they grow. They grow monstrous. Bob. Let's talk about Bob first. All right. So Bob was grown from a seed and didn't know what to expect, but with regular watering, bright light, Bob sprouted and decided to grow a little bit gnarly. You know, kind of had I put the aero roots to go down into the soil just to give it a little bit more moisture as it grows, and have underwatered Bob a little bit, I must admit, but yeah, Bob gets plenty of bright light and still growing and going, and that's Bob. I gotta love the heart-shaped leaves, and its companion over here, the band, the Whalers, and you can see a perfect example of the heart-shaped leaf right there. And I like to keep my Monsteras. I have about 5 Monstera Deliciosas, giving them a nice bright light, preferably a sky view. And I wanted to really master the art of growing a Monstera Deliciosa, and it took me a few tries. I'm doing pretty good with this one. You can see the chunky soil with the roots root bound at the bottom. Yellow leaves is completely normal. You know, I get kind of sad about it, but it's all good. And you know, plants do tend to drop their bottom leaves as they develop, as they mature, as they grow. They also come out in different fenestrations, the splits in the leaves, allowing the light to travel through to give light to the bottom leaves. And so you got also some new growth going right there. Did water this plant yesterday, so even in the winter the monster will grow. The Monsteras, look at the wicked gnarly roots right there, and right there, that is definitely a February favorite. And with this month, February being Bob Marley's birthday, thought it was suiting. Every little thing is gonna be all right. So that's right there. And Bob's movie's coming out this month. Excited about that. So the next plant we got, you've probably seen so many times out there, and it's the famous orchid, the Phalaenopsis plant, the Phalaenopsis orchid. And the story behind this one is that Olivia and I, my girlfriend, has had a lot of orchids. It's actually one of Olivia's favorite plants, and we've got them with blooms, and then the blooms would fall because I think we followed the instructions to give orchids ice cubes. How many people out there actually do that? Apparently a lot, because at Whole Foods a couple days ago, talking to someone, they apparently gave their orchids ice cubes, and wasn't working too well. And you know, when I would see these plants, you know, they're just so intriguing. It's just what they are. I mean, look at how beautiful these flowers are, right? And the sepals and the throat and the lip. I mean, the anatomy of an orchid is amazing. And I would go around to flower shops, garden centers, supermarkets have them a lot as well. So, and I would feel the soil, the moss rather. I would notice that they were all being moss, right? And some of them would have big aerial roots just pouring out of the cup, right? The bigger, more mature they are, they're gonna have more pronounced growth. And I said, how does 3 ice cubes going to be sufficient enough to keep this plant happy? And with this particular plant, when we bought it, came with the blooms, and then completely dropped everything. This is its original stem right here, and from the stem, from a node, from one of the little bumps there, the nodes, another stem branched out, and I said, wait a minute, these leathery leaves that it grows parallel to each other, you know, if there's green, there's life, I said to myself. And I watered it, not with ice cubes, but with you know, just enough so it can drain a little bit at the bottom. And so lo and behold, that was the secret to this orchid. A little bit of love and attention, a little bit of TLC, and you'll have your orchid blooming before you know it. And that is why this is a February favorite. You can actually have your plants bloom even in the winter. You know, I'm getting better with watering, and so this is what proper watering gets you, is a happy plant. Not all plants are created equal, we all know that, but you know, you do your best, and that's what comes out of that. All right. And who says plants stop growing in the winter, you know? And next up we have Dali, the Syngonium albo variegata. And the Syngonium albo, I think, comes from albino, being like the whitish color. The variegata is the coloration, the splashes of the differentiation of the green and the white. When a plant, for those who don't know, when a plant is variegated, it does have different colors, not just a solid green. And that there is one of my favorite leaves right there. As you see, why I named it Dali. It's just nature just decided to paint it just like that. And look, check out this half moon variegation. Half moon, hence the half the leaf being green and the other half being the creamish whitish color there. And Dali has been, you know, this leaf is dry, which is completely normal. This one, you know, just looks yellow, over watering. Overall, I think it's doing very well. The plant, Syngoniums tend to lean to the sun, towards the sun. Sometimes you gotta definitely rotate it, the plant towards the sun again. So it's kind of fun having a plant and seeing the plant react to the illumination coming from the window. And this Syngoniums are really good at that. Monsteras as well. A lot of plants do that. They kind of look up to the sun, and it's kind of fun. And yeah, this is doing really well. Definitely due for a something sturdier than this trellis here. Any suggestions would be great. Just have to be confident enough to put a pole on it and watch it really take off. This plant would benefit for sure from having that support, as it would have being an epiphytic plant. It's used to, in its natural environment, holding on to the trunks of the trees, and that's what these roots right there, the aerial roots, you see there, that, you know, I gotta definitely attach those to like a sturdier than just the trellis. I'm still learning, still you know, just enjoying the journey and the process of learning. And if you're looking for a variegated plant, I did get this one at Steve's Leaves, and about maybe 2 years ago, and I definitely recommend this plant. Super easy going. You know, I thought it might have been finicky and drama queen, this and that, but no way, Jose. This is a super easy plant if you're plant mama, plant papa looking to add a plant to the collection. This one is a must-have for sure. So check that out right there. And now we're gonna continue to give it bright light. I let the plant dry out pretty much all the way, never for too long, and then completely just dunk it in a rainwater. I do water all my plants with rainwater, and yeah, call it bougie, but I don't know. I just love going outside and collecting rainwater for the plants, you know. Oh, it just kind of, I like the activity of going out there and getting the rainwater, and it does have, you know, a little bit more benefits than regular tap water. But to each their own. That's what I do, and sometimes I do. Not all, you know. There's been a couple times where it didn't rain, so not all the time, but you know, no judgment here at all. And so that is that. All right, so next up we have another one of my favorites, February. Meet Quentin, the Philodendron Billietiae. Now, there are a few plants that I suggest and recommend to everyone in having, and this is one of them. I just got this a few months ago. Never thought I would have one, never thought that I would really be good at taking care of such a plant, but look, OMG. Oh my God. O to the M to the G, that's it. Quentin's newest leaf right there, and nice glossy elongated leaves, dark green with the middle white vein coming down the middle. It's beautiful, attractive orange petioles here. It is considered a climber, fast grower for sure, and it's in a 4-inch pot. Go ahead, you can laugh at the moss pole chopstick that I got going here, but it's in a 4-inch pot. Looking forward to repotting this in the springtime and give it in a nice pole. I'm still learning how to position it and all that jazz. And also, if you notice, if you could see on this leaf in particular, this sticky substance, like this right here is a sticky substance. Not sure what it is, so if anyone knows, let me know what the sticky substance is, but it definitely gives me the vibe that the plant's happy. Maybe it's a substance that the plant produces to ward off pests, and that's what I gathered from that. And from that new leaf, already another new leaf emerging. I'll give you guys an update on that. This one's really easy to water, actually. You know, it's in a small pot. You could feel the weight of it. I let it dry out completely, and I watered this yesterday, so it's looking nice and perky and full and vibrant. When it does need water, the outer leaves just sort of wrinkle a little bit, giving you indications and signs that it is time to water. Just bottom water it, and it just you know, takes up all the water it needs, and I top it off with a little bit of water up top, and it gets a nice, it lives right back here, this east facing window. And if you don't have one of these, get you one. All right, so last but not least, of February favorites, we have here Meet Bruce. Bruce is right there as well. One of my favorite philosophers and artists of all time. And this is the Philodendron Silver Sword. And check out how beautiful and attractive that plant is. It just stands out from a mile away. Those sword-like leaves just growing down here, and you see the bottom leaves are not as pronounced of a shape with the earlobes, with the lobes up top here. You know, they start off like this right here, beautiful shine on those plants right there, those leaves. And it came on a moss pole already. I got this in July for my birthday. One of the plants I treated myself was this one, and I actually have 4 of these, and that's how much I love the Philodendron Silver Sword. Such a unique plant, and here it's an endangered species actually due to deforestation. And Bruce gets watered when he's completely dry. He's got 2 new leaves coming here. It's a pretty slow grower. Definitely will let you know when it needs water, as I watered Bruce yesterday. Actually waited to film when it was looking nice and, you know, perky. The end of the leaves curl in quite a bit, more pronounced, exaggerated than this, and so I definitely watch my watering. I prefer to let the roots dry out a little bit, but I'll try to give you a close-up of the growth pattern that it has and the tendencies that plants do have. They have the tendency to wrap their aerial roots, as you could see, maybe, hopefully, those aerial roots have really taken onto that. They love the support, and they're smart enough to know that they need the support, you know, kind of like a tree trunk at the bottom, the base. The stronger the base, the more the trunk grows, and the same applies to plants. They do love that support, and that's why it's so popular to have them. You know, if you want to grow healthier plants, recommended to have them on moss poles, and that's a prime example of that. A lot of YouTubers out there with amazing plants on poles. Sydney the Plant Guy, definitely a legend. Shout out to Irene from Leafing Around, Sean from Only Plants, Patadendron, Wild Fern, Summer Rain Oaks, Plantarina. We all got your back. We all support Plantarina out there. Aroid District, Plant with Pete, full of foliage. Connie, so many guys out there have inspired me. I know I left a lot of guys out, Rocco Elliott, Mossified, and thank you guys out there for doing your thing, keeping that passion of nature going. And that just about wraps it up. Love, love, and nothing but love from my heart to yours. And until the next one, I'll see you guys. All right, peace.